Hello, we are Angie Valentina, Stephany Cifuentes, and Kelly Camargo. We are going to talk about the economic integration, and we're going to start with the statement that we all agree to. That is that we are not 100% supporting the economic integration theory or protectionism or any of these ideas. And we're not going to touch the stages, but I'm going to mention them now. Those are professional trading areas, free trade, customs union, common markets, and economic union. So to start, Kelly, you want to say something?
Yes. I think that economic integration is a balance. It's a game of balance. It's you either win or you lose. And it depends entirely on every government, on what you need and how you can adapt to your needs in that moment. So I think that it's a thing that constantly changes. And it's all about balance in depending on your industries. You can be protectionist of certain industries. Like an example for Colombia, it could be coffee, and then you could be uh, integration with another industry, kind of to give out a balance. I don't think that both extremes are good. They will have benefits and advantages, and I think we could see that with other countries.
I think yes, the balance it's important, but I think most of the time one country of a group of countries end up gaining less than the other ones. For example, if we think about NAFTA, uh, I feel that United States and Canada have a way better economic situation than Mexico, and in this. I think Mexico will always be on the losing end of everything because they are less, uh, their economy is less advanced than the other two countries. So I think there will always be a country or a group of countries that will end up losing. For example, to if we talk about the European Union, uh, it's difficult to reach an agreement among all the countries. So even if some countries are less advantaged than the others, uh, they will end up losing if, for example, a votation is made among all the countries. And I think whenever a country reaches maybe a difficult time, not everybody will be up to help them, and that's what happened with Greece. They have a problem with their economy, and not all the countries in the European Union were up to help them. So there will always be a disadvantage.
Okay, and now that you're touching that topic about disadvantages, I wanted to tell you about the starts of economic integration in the United States, for example, with the corn. They have farmers and workers that produce corn and they sell it in the country. But then, with economic integration, they started to import that corn. And as we see that has happened too many times, those workers, those farmers, started to lose money, to get into poverty and all that stuff. So what I want to say is that economic integration it actually works, but in a theoretical way. Because in a practical way, with the large amounts that the country gain, instead of giving that to the losers, in this case the farmers or workers, they just take it to themselves. They don't do an reestablishment of those people who actually need it. They need to adjust again to the new economy or have another works, but they don't do it. They focus on other things. So in theory it works, but practically, as we're humans, we are making it not work.
I think that since you touched that subject, we have a great example in Colombia. with our coffee industry. We make the coffee, coffee grows in Colombia, and then we export it. And then it comes back in as an import with another name or with a big brand like Juan Valdez, and it gets sold to us for triple the amount of what we exported it for. And the cost for consumers, for individual consumers, it's also triple of what a normal brand or a Colombian brand would cost. So that same hypothesis, that same strategy is still going on today, and that's a disadvantage. But we also, within economic integration, get advantages, especially with technology. We do the same thing with apps and companies like Netflix, Spotify, Uber. They come in, they take out jobs, like Uber takes out taxis and Spotify takes out cloud music. Um, but we still use it. And to have that advantage of technology and connection wouldn't be possible without integration. If we also were completely protectionist, we wouldn't have that information. We wouldn't have technology and outside world information.
It's true. Now that you talk about companies like Netflix and Spotify, for example, you have the decision of, for example, buy Claro Music or Spotify or Apple Music, and you are most likely to choose Apple Music or Spotify because they have a wide range of publicity and stuff. And with Netflix, it's the same because Claro also offers these kind of services, but we don't choose it. And it's really amazing noticing how we decide on companies based in other countries over our own.
That would be a par for protectionism. That's where that comes in into economic integration because sharing is awesome, but when you start seeing that um, companies that come in and they're huge take out small businesses, then you want to protect them. And then you start thinking, oh, well, instead of using a foreign country, I should actually use the local one. And it's not so easy to use because it's on our daily lives. Things from Spotify to Netflix to taking a taxi or a Uber. It's we don't think about that, and I think that that's where the disadvantage of economic integration is. If we were protectionist, we wouldn't have to worry about that. I mean, we would have Colombian companies, Colombian jobs, and that disadvantage wouldn't exist.
Yeah, and well, that's actually why we decided to put our statement in the first place because, as you say, we need to be a little bit of protectionist with some stuff we produce here and to support some workers and national products. But at the same time, we need to share. I mean, both things are good. So we cannot say we are 100% agreed to one thing or to another thing because life is like this, so you cannot have black or white, you need both. So talking about economy, you can have free trade but also common unions, or maybe a united economy, but you need to know how to balance those things. So we just need to have the right mindset to do it. So well, I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.